Alright, what's up guys? Ninja Owner Ninja, and today I have a video for you. Well, I have a few things for you. Let me go ahead and pull it up, make sure you get the right one. Oh shit. Okay, I think it's this one. Let's see. Yes. And there, yeah. Okay. So, go here. And go here. Oh, go here. Now you can see it. Alright, well, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Anyways, I apologize. Um, basically, I'm gonna bestow more logic onto you guys today, more intelligence and shit. But first, I need to call some people out and clarify some things because they're popping off, and it's not good that they're popping off because they are leading you off a cliff, and there are people that want you to jump off a cliff. They're paying to support that, and again, they're paying to support you jumping off a cliff. And so that's why I'm intervening and stepping in and trying to stop you from jumping off a cliff, because there are people that are paying to, and that's the power of an influencer, and why it's all fucked up. And what Kamala Harris is doing to the government and they're trying to do to America. It's the same thing. That's probably like 9/11 and, what's it called? There's 9/11, then there's the COVID shit. Like, it's all like they are intentionally doing shit to fuck you over so they can take advantage of you, take it all. It's literally part of the program. It's written in code. It's just people are so stupid that flies over their head. And again, it's because that's what they're doing. They're paying people to influence you. It's literally a thing. That's why the Kamala Harris was so fucking quiet. She may not be the president, but she's leading people anyways. That's kind of what it works. That's how it is. So she's making, and that's because Trump is a shadow president or whatever. So because you outlawed it and banned it, you're making it to only the bad guys have guns, or the cops have guns, and the cops, not the cops, but ICE, for example, are bad guys. We're doing it because you're allowing it to do it. Like, you honest. I remember one time I was at my home, and I thought somebody was on my roof. So I called the cops and said, hey, someone's on my roof, come check it out. So they came over. They looked like, your roof looks okay. You want us to come in and investigate your house? And like, they have the gloves on, they're pulling tight. Like, they're looking for action. You know what I'm saying? They're heated, ready to go. I'm like, no, it's okay. And I just told them to go away, and they left. Like, fortunately, thankfully, I live in California, and that's what it was, right? But again, imagine if I was a little bitch or if I was a female or something, and the cops used their power and influence to basically grape me, as people say, which is fucking stupid because you don't damn well know what I'm saying. But the system allows it because the system is fucking stupid, and it's just a way of control, and it's not actually a form of trying to make. Again, I'm guiding you. The system is what's controlling you. I'm guiding you. Fox News is trying to dictate. I'm trying to narrate. Difference. That's the difference. And I'm sorry if you're too stupid to understand, but maybe you should talk to an AI and have it pause the video for you. Pause the video. Uh, get some AI and have it translate for you, and then start watching the video and then continue. That's how it works. And because you're not doing that, the world's falling apart. Thank you. Anyways. So yes, this is Project 2025 featuring Liz Dye, and yeah, I'm responding to it. So go ahead.
So it turns out that when the Trump campaign said they had no idea what Project 2025 was and had absolutely no plans to implement the wildly unpopular plan, they were lying.
Whoa!
I mean, you obviously knew that. It was pretty obvious that since the people that wrote Project 2025 were mostly former Trump administration people, and many of those same people were slated to return to government if Trump was reelected, I mean, you'd have to be a credulous idiot to think that they wouldn't implement Project 2025. But it turns out that the legacy media is full of credulous idiots, and it's been Project 2025 all the way down since Trump came back to the Oval Office.
Problem is, you don't realize that those people that are doing that are leading the way, such as somebody like Paul Ryan. He is a board member on Fox News. Guess where they're getting the news from? Fox News. Do you understand? Like, and again, influencers is the rich paying the middle to influence the poor, and that's just going on all over the place. That's just going on streamers, and going all over the place, and why girls are fucking used up and destroyed, basically.
Office. Now, look, I would never tell you that we told you so. So Liz Dye is going to tell you how hard we told you so.
I don't care. I don't know who that is, and I don't care. So that's why. Anyways, renowned journalist hits Trump where it hurts in commencement speech, while Scott Pelley from 60 Minutes stands up and calls out Donald Trump. Also, he does the basic shit that every human should do. And it sucks that no one else does it, such as me, and they get blacklisted every time they fuck around. Because cancel culture, and they're utilizing cancel culture to take advantage of, and they're trying to do that with guns and freedom of speech. They're trying to get you to vote against it, basically, so that you don't have that right, so they can come in and take it away from you, and then go hell hard because you don't have that right anymore, and you don't have that protection anymore, and you don't realize what's going on because you're a fucking idiot. And this is why intelligence is so important, because you don't want the fucking world to repeat itself. Fortunately, you guys are fucking lucky that I was paying attention, and I'm not a little bitch, push over, sell like every other motherfucker in the world. The true reward now is fucking God. Again, don't visit. And for the Bible thumpers out there, don't fucking follow a false God, you motherfucker. That's what you're doing.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear.
It just pains me to know you have to read so much to express what you express. I don't need a piece of paper to speak to that. I need to make points and mention key points, sure. And in the middle of a debate, and I want to bring something up, but yet I want to participate in the debate, and instead of interrupting and being an asshole like most people, and again, why they made it so you could talk for 5 minutes, that interruption, because those assholes like to fucking fuck you over, and that's how you fucking stop truth and reason, is you make sure that they can't reason, right? I'm trying to figure it out, but if you keep on making noise, I can't figure it out. That's how it works. That's how you like, can you stop the music for me, please? That's what you're doing, and that's why once upon a time they had music that's like bounce, bounce, and they're trying to fuck you over because they're trying to scare you, make it emotional. So yeah, your defenses are all fucked up, so you have no chance, and your pants are down because you're like fucking loud music, can't sleep, and they're trying to disturb you. Meanwhile, you're like in peaceful wonderland. Meanwhile, you're chaos and your fucking work is chaos and blah blah, and you wonder why the fuck you fell. Divided they fall. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, yeah, the war of the book on war is a great book on war. Zinzao, whatever the fuck his name is, Zukuzaga, whatever the fuck his name was. And again, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. You fucking cancel culture little bitch, fucking Karen motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. I have respect my sister. If my sister said to shut up, I would shut up. If my dad told me to shut up, I would shut up. But who the fuck are you? Oh, you're taking advantage of my kindness? Fuck you. And again, when I was young, that's that's shame on me, or shame on you rather. When I get old, if I still put up with it, shame on me, and that's exactly what I mean. When I talk about Long Island Audio with Sean Paul Reyes, he lets it fucking go. Like, you're too fucking soft, bitch. Same with Jordan Peterson, you're too fucking soft. Oh, I want to stop this debate. This is stupid. Yeah, you're right. This is stupid, but stop the debate. That's not how you do it, because society's full of fucking monkey idiots that want to see who's a bigger monkey. That's just going on. And again, not in government, not in leadership. We don't live in a world that you should follow the biggest monkey, because a cop can show up, shoot in the head, your leader's dead. That's what you want your move. That's why Hitler vanished and disappeared. That's how that movement fell apart. That's why authoritarianism fails, because it's my idea, it's my belief, and my reason or whatever, and it sucks. But in America, we elect our leader, and there's a reason half of us are like, yeah, we want to do that, and there's a reason why we do that, because more than half do it. I'm not going to change my rules for you. You change your rules for the room, right? Like a comedian, he said ass. So what? Get the fuck out of the room, right? But it's different when he actually talks about your wife's pussy, basically, like that one video or that one fucking idiot ass comedian. He talks about that. And it's just I'm just telling jokes in the comedy room, man. You're getting offensive. Don't fucking be personal, you bitch. Like you can make it general and be like, oh well, Christianity is stupid. And if you're a Christian, yeah, shut the fuck up. But if you walk up and be like, hey, you look fucking ugly, fucking cunt, it's a bit different. Oh, it's just a comedy joke. No, it isn't, motherfucker. It's personal. Anyways.
Teaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives.
Yeah, that's what paying influencers is, and that's what a false gods is. Essentially, is what he just said. You're rewriting history with false truths.
They can make criminals heroes.
Yep.
And heroes criminals.
Yep.
Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now.
Real quick, that's not true. That's true if you're a beta cunt and you follow by law, but as far as that goes, no. Like, I choose what the fuck reality is, not you. But if I'm in your home, or if I'm in your state, or if I'm in your government, then I'll do follow your rules and laws. You know, that's what the whole what's it called? I forget what they call it. But basically, there's people that walk or they roam around the state and like, oh, laws don't apply to me because I'm not driving, I'm traveling. I forget what they call it. Or they call themselves. That's basically what's going on. It's just they're naive and stupid. Got away with it. Their parents didn't beat their ass for being wrong. That's exactly what happened at Jordan Peterson debate. When that kid was asking the fucking questions, and again, the fault in that situation was that Jordan Peterson was too fucking soft, and society fucking ate up the emotional garbage bullshit, and then on top of that, that program, where the fuck it's called, Jubilee, went ahead and started showing you, oh, look at his face, look how he feels. Well, he's stupid and he's an idiot, and stop justifying the point that was wrong by showing me his face. You're being fox. You're guiding me, not telling me. There's a difference.
Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality.
Again, like the word woke, they can redefine it all they want, but woke is woke. It can technically change it, but woke is woke. My version is the king because that's what it was, and that's what it's gonna be until the day I fucking die. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Woke means what it meant originally. That's what it meant. You're trying to change it, the roots, and I'm holding on to those roots and saying, "Get your hands off now." You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's not gonna happen. So. Oh, by the way, but they want to say, "Oh, you're beta, you're beta." No, I'm not.
Diversity
I'm
is
my
now
father's
described
son, bitch.
as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word.
Yeah, divided they fall, and I want you to suffer, so succeeding is not an option.
This is an old playbook, my friends.
Yeah,
There's nothing new in this.
right. The only new thing is that we have cell phones and technology, and all this basic shit is again the same thing I've been saying before. We don't have intelligence in most of society. That's why basic, what's it called, common sense is no longer common, because most people no longer have common sense. They don't follow rules and logic because they don't have any. I'm taking your word for it. Like, I should be able to talk to the AI and be like, "Is that true?" And I'm like, "No, the truth is." And then you should know, okay, that's not the truth because you're a stupid idiot, and because you follow the system and you follow its rules. In fact, although because I'm on limited data, so I don't want to fuck it up or fuck the computer. But yeah, but yeah. So, anyways, no, it's bullshit. He's wrong.
But in this moment, this morning,
Oh, that's it. But yeah, no, he's wrong. He's stupid. So that's it for that one.
Jim Jordan was left utterly speechless after Democratic star Jared Moskowitz confronted him over impeachment inquiry.
So this is intelligence versus educated. I'll do what you want, leader, as long as you give me bitches and steak. And it's authoritarianism, basically, where I have authority, you don't, but it doesn't work because you're in government, and in government, you have the same authority that I do. And so I'm not going to obey you because you are equal to me. And your little bullshit chicory that works on the left, or the right, rather, with religion, because I'm the Pope, or I'm a cop, or I'm an officer. That whole fucking authority shit doesn't work here.
I thank the gentleman. Who planted the pipe bombs on January 6th? Nobody seems to know.
Because nobody planned about it. Probably people that fucking did 9/11 and all that shit. COVID. That was all fucking the people that mentioned. Oh, it stopped. Oops, my bad.
Who leaked the Dobbs draft opinion? You know, the leak that led to an assassination attempt on Justice Kavanaugh. How about this one? Who left cocaine at the White House? Biden administration doesn't seem to have time to answer these questions. They're too...
Real quick, I want to say, there are people that do things that are wrong, like in 9/11, right? That was wrong. But there are people who do right things, like such as a squeal or a... I forgot what that fucking act was. Basically, like if you snitch, like don't be a snitch. They tell you to don't be a snitch because, and it's funny because I want to actually see if I can find it because that's really fucking good. A good point, a good argument to show you what America is like. It's from. Oh, you can see this. All right, so I'm gonna hide this for the moment. And show you. Oh, I don't need to show you my desktop. Just go here. We'll go here. And so there's this. And go here. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so if I do bop, 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 bop. Oh, that's why. Derp, 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 derp. So, anyways, Boone Docs. Don't snitch. Bike scene. So what the fuck? Why is it so long? Ed and Remy stole my bike. Why the fuck did no one memed it? Wow, that's sad. I'm not going to your Facebook. Fuck you. The Boondocks wiki. The Boondocks. No one on the. There's nothing. Thank you for not snitching. And of course, there's some black dude on the cover because he's trying to steal your thunder. It's like stolen valor, stolen honor. It's the same thing. Like, remember me. Remember me. Hey, stupid idiot that can't remember what the fuck he's, like, what he's wearing or blah, blah, because he's a fucking idiot. Remember me. I'm on the cover. But anyways, because no one's fucking memed it. Basically, they tell you don't snitch. The guy that tells the kid to don't snitch goes and steals the kid's bike and he's mad because he's like, fuck, I want to do something, but also I shouldn't snitch. You know what I'm saying? And that whole situation occurs basically, and it's very blatant to the point where it's like you should know to speak up, and you're not speaking up. Why are you not speaking? And that's kind of what happened, basically. I just realized I don't have any chat open. I'm sailing away, set an open course for the Virgin Sea, 'cause I have got to be free.
Too busy investigating parents at school board meetings, labeling Catholics extremists, retaliating against whistleblowers.
There it is.
They're too busy
Whistleblowers.
putting together a sweetheart deal for Hunter Biden, the deal that got laughed out of court. And the guy who put together the deal that got laughed out of court, that's
It's 2025 and they're still talking about it.
the guy they name special counsel. You know what Democrats do have time for? Going after President Trump. They've been doing it for 8 years.
Good job reading your paper,
Going after
monkey.
President Trump.
Like I said, he's a fucking monkey. He's an idiot. I'm surprised you're not talking about Hillary and her emails, you fucking dope-ass bitch.
They've been doing it for 8 years.
Like you.
They spied on his campaign. Then it was the Mueller investigation,
Like you.
19 lawyers,
That's
40
projection.
agents, $30 million,
That's all it is.
and found nothing. Then it was impeachment. Then it was raid his home. Then it was a special counsel. Then it was the 14th Amendment.
By the way, everything was true. That whole Russia. They literally had record of Russians being swatted away, but because they kept it quiet and silent, they made it look like it didn't happen. That's what happened. But again, 9/11, the Twin Towers, I'm pretty sure is an inside job. COVID, all the businesses on the left fell, but no businesses on the right fell. Wonder why. And then Trump 2.0 comes in, and then terrorists, and for some reason Marjorie Taylor Greene makes hella money in the fucking stock market, like that kind of shit. That's what I mean. And we're blaming on Trump, and we're not looking at who the fuck is in Trump's ear whispering, like Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, and Mitch McConnell. This guy, whatever his name is, Jimmy Jordan. Let me write it down. Like Destiny, I'm slowly not really working on paper like he is, but on this paper I have Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, and basically they're enablers. Like, Trump is a Trojan horse, and they're the people that were riding in the Trojan horse, and they couldn't get what they wanted to pass because everyone said no, so they're using Trojan horse Trump to do it. Because you wouldn't vote for it, so we're going to do it anyways, but through Trump, you blame Trump, we're still here, we get all the benefits, all the money, all the rewards, we're still here. That's what's going on. What else? I forgot, fuck. They're trying to pass it on, keep it quiet. But yeah, all that shit, this was all bad. Anyways, we'll continue.
The Party of Democracy said, we're going to keep the guy off the ballot who's leading in every single poll.
Like Bernie Sanders, how you did Bernie blackout, how Fox stopped talking about him, how all the news networks stopped talking about him. That's right. I was going to point out Elon Musk. Everyone blames Elon Musk. Well, guess what? He's the same thing as Trojan Horse. Every fucking major car company, one day when I just said his name, Elon Musk. Can you write that down? Huh. But yeah, what happened was Elon Musk came around, was like, hey, I have a car. Can you make my car? Everyone was like, no. Ford, like all the car companies, everyone, everybody. If you went across the borders, it probably would have worked. Basically, like the opposite of what's happening is happening now. Back then, the border, there people came from other nations to come to America. Now, if you have an idea, get the fuck out of America and start somewhere else. Like go to England or go to like just some other third or first world country, basically. And there, they're gonna bloom because America's falling apart right now. And the reason why it's falling apart is because of people like Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, and Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, and not because of Elon Musk. That's just a reminder. Well, anyways, Elon Musk. What I was saying was, again, he had no manufacturing. So what happened was those people I mentioned were like, "Oh, sign or do what we would sign this paper, sell your soul to us, and we'll make your car." And Elon Musk, because he has like Down syndrome or some fucked up thing in his head, and he's only thinking about the product and not how it's made, was like, okay. And so what happened was the same thing that's happening in the government right now is how people are going through all of the government's files, all the government's secrets, all of the bullshit that's involved in the government. Those kids, big balls, you remember? Right? They're all going through the whole system, taking, pulling apart, and selling it across seas. And they're making millions and billions of dollars. All of our secrets are fucking being sold to whoever. But the problem is, it's America, right? And yeah, you have a nice phone, you have a nice car, yeah, you have a lot of money, but you're still stupid. And and again, this is why AI needs us. Basically, because no matter how good AI gets, it doesn't have intelligence, right? Some people may not have intelligence, but some people like me have it, and I'm really good at it. And they need me alive, and they need me to move forward. That's probably why. What's his name? The guy that was killed in the bathroom, and they say, "Oh yeah, it was an accident." Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. That's why he was killed. Because he knew him. And since he knew they couldn't risk it, and so they killed him. And the same thing would be with me. I wouldn't be surprised if that's why, I was living in hell in Stockton and Tracy. And healthcare, why I had no healthcare coverage, and why it's good to have allies, basically, because I have a lot of villains, basically, that want me to shut the fuck up because of the truth. Right? I'm calling them out, and they don't like that. I need you to guard me. Basically, the same thing when I play League of Legends. I need you to guard me, and that's why I fail in League of Legends, because I need you to guard me. Like, shut the fuck up. Be my attack dog. Right? That's why I was number one in PlayStation All Stars. Right? Super Smash Bros. Variation. Right? Oh, is it the same thing? It doesn't fucking matter. It was the same concept. And that concept is what matters. And that concept it fits between the two. And I'm sorry you are too stupid to connect the dots like my friend when I was a kid. But you don't dictate the narrative. The narrative dictates the narrative, basically. And the narrative, I'm just, again, calling the shots. You want to guide it, but I'm calling the shots. I'm just saying what's happening and then responding to it. Meanwhile, you're trying, and again, that's why America sucks, because everyone thinks, I have the biggest sword, I have the biggest sword, I have the biggest sword. And then as you run up me to fight me, I'm getting ready, and then someone tackles you from behind, and I walk over, stab you in the head, and you die. And you're like, oh, you have no honor, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It's a fucking team game, bitch. I passed the ball. That's what you should have done. But you don't know how to fucking do that, because you're a fucking idiot. And that's why the other nations are winning right now. Because of fucking, again, because Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, and their influence over people like Elon Musk or President Trump, and how they killed Jeffrey Epstein, and how they caused 9/11, how they probably caused COVID. I'm gonna write that down too. COVID, and why you need to guard me and defend me and protect me. And again, you see how I'm like moving around as I'm talking to you? That's called health. I have that. Where is it? Oh, my plate's on it, right? You hear it? I didn't have those before. I had to operate without them. Now I have them, and I'm punching, I'm fat. You know why? Because I'm eating right for the first time in my life. I'm finally fucking eating. but also shit like a fucking a horse or like an elephant too, like a hippo, like like a big ass fucking turd and shit. And the reason why is because I'm fucking eating right. Problem is, I used to go on sprints every night. And the problem was that I used to eat this horse shit that they gave me that was poison, basically, that no one else in the other country wants. And I was eating it, and that's why. And now I'm eating right, and I'm actually taking care of medication. Now the people are actually working with me, not against me, trying to hold me in the water to help me float. Like if I'm about to fall, they help me stand up. Whereas over there, they'd watch me fall in the point and laugh, haha, Ben Floyd's fucking, haha. You know, it's because they needed that, because they needed to win. That's what I grew up with. That's what's going on in America right now. That's what I see, and that's what I'm telling you. Wake the fuck up. Alright, so continue.
The ranking member said that President Trump should be disqualified from even running for office. Thank goodness we have a Supreme Court
Yeah, that
who
bias.
disagreed with the ranking member and the Democrats.
Yep, look at you trying to
9
milk
to
them.
0.
Because you know you're
Not
performing
5-4,
and
not 6-3, not 7-2, not 8.
like this is why they have the government, by the way, and you're allowed to speak, and you're allowed 5 minutes of uninterrupted speech. That's so they can't control the narrative and dictate the narrative, because they will. Imagine if what's it called, Fox News was the only news you could watch, or if all we were was red. We would be Nazis just like Germany back in the day. We would have fell just like them, except it wouldn't be Nazis. It'd be Mexicans, or I'm sorry, Jews. It'd be Mexicans, basically, and they're trying. And Mexico's like, yeah, bring on, bitch. Like there's people here. Like if they want to turn, half of like 75% of America will stop. Like, what did you say? Because like half of you are fucking Mexican, bitch. Like we're allies. We're connected. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have that segregation that you have over there. They're trying to bring it over here, but it doesn't work. And again, this is something I wanted to bring up a point in Destiny's channel's debate. The border. I didn't cross the border. The border crossed to me. You know what I'm saying? And you can't displace me and say, "Oh, well, white people, America, we're white people." No, you took my land, bitch. If you really wanted it to be how it was, go back to England, motherfucker. Don't do what the fuck you doing here. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to go back, go back. You go to England and see how they like it. See if they accept you and see if you're the king. Play by the ball. It's a term, or team rather. It's a team game. Pass the ball, bitch. But you want to take the game. It's divide and conquer. This is why I gave up on League of Legends. So I quit. So I came back and started playing support because I was like, okay, I'll play the game because I like playing the game. It's fun. I need to kill time anyways. And so why I was number one PlayStation All Stars, because my team partner, by the way, his name was Mexico. Okay, and he was my attack dog. I called the shots. He would listen. He did whatever I said. Whatever I said, sick him. And I had this one girl, she was my girlfriend at the time. Basically, I tell her, like, go do this. She did this. Go do that. She did that. And then when I wasn't saying anything, she was doing whatever, and it was fine. Like, I'm like, oh, that's fine. It's okay. You died. It's okay. It's alright. Just don't keep dying. Don't keep making the same mistake. I understand. It's okay. You made a mistake. It's fine, right? It's whatever. But when I showed up and I was like, get him. And then she like, okay. And she dive at him and go at him. And I fucking walk out of nowhere and pop out and be like, and snap his neck. And he fall into, what the fuck, man? A team game, kid, bitch. Pass the ball, bitch. I'm like, sorry. Sorry, we're playing like a team game. Oh, well. You want to be just like that fucking kid. You know, StarCraft, oh, you're cheesy, going cheeser, blah, blah, blah. Problem with StarCraft is they actually made the cut. No more aggression is what he called, or is what I called it. He called cheesing. No more aggression. Now, you start with like fucking 20 workers, and then you have like $1 million in your account, and it's just like you're basically at the max level of the game, which I called greed at the time, basically. So now everyone is you have to play the greedy way, whereas before I played aggressively. And I would punish those who had their pants down and were not ready. Like, if your fucking gates are open, that's not my fault, right? That's your fault. But they punished me, much like if I say the N-word or if I say nigger. It's not my fault you're offended. It's your fault. You put the context there, not me. To me, it's just a word. I'm just speaking. That effect or whatever you're feeling, that's you being a bitch beta cuck. That's what that is. You're not a leader. That's what that is. So stop trying to lead, Mr. Feelings. Stop trying to lead. Stop being an alpha. That was what I grew up with. Is bitches like that. Trying to lead the way. Don't say that. I have respect for my sister. And out of respect for my sister, I won't say. Out of respect for my housemates, I'll keep it down. I'll shut up. I'll, whatever. Out of respect, I'll give them that. They've earned that. What they have done for me, I will give them that. If one day people start watching my videos and one day I get $1 billion, let's just say, I'd buy them the house. And then I'd buy his brother, his family, their own house. And they can have 2 houses right next to each other if I fucking wanted. Whatever, I have money. I'll give them what they want. I'll buy your house right now for twice its value. I don't give a fuck, dude. They deserved it, right? Go for it. That's fine. Whatever. If I had the money. But they don't want me to win because I had that mind. They want fuck you, mine, selfish, asshole. Like they want you to be stupid, like League of Legends, like with Mo or Dyrus and all them fucking idiots. Like Michael Jordan, like the odd one and shit. No, not like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan passed the ball. You're not being Michael Jordan. You're just being some cuck that's playing 1-on-1 like it matters. Like it doesn't. It's a 5v5, bitch. Understand team game, team rules, not 1v1, team game. Understand some champions are better with others. Some champions are really good alone. Some champions are good at level 1. Some champions are good level 9. Understand there's a difference. It doesn't mean you're good. Doesn't mean I'm bad. It means you're stupid. Like most people, they're like, oh, your DPS is crap. I'm like, I'm an off tank. The fuck are you talking about? My DPS is bad, you fucking idiot. I'm sitting here fucking stopping bullets from hitting you in your face, and you're talking about my DPS is small? The fuck are you talking about? Anyways.
81920, they disagreed. Now Democrats say, how dare Republicans investigate Joe Biden? How dare they look into the money, the business, and the brand? Millions of dollars, as the chairman said, millions of dollars from foreign entities run through 20 different companies for what? 20 different companies for what? Devin Archer told us what it was for. Access to the brand. And the brand was Joe Biden. The brand that played rounds of golf, took calls and meetings, attended lunches and dinners with Hunter Biden and his business partner.
For the record, this is what projection looks like. If you need an example of projection, this is it. You're guilty because you're doing the same thing. Yeah, but the reasoning is different. Like, I'm doing A because it gets me to C. Not because A to B, like you, but because of I'm doing A to C. You're doing A to B. We may both have started at A, but where we end up will be different. And all you're doing is tricking the idiots that are only looking at A and not looking at B or C. I'm saying that's why they say follow the money. It's simple. Follow the money. Trump got a $400 million boat, right? Not really a boat, but I call it a boat. But he basically got a boat. No one winks an eye. We're still hearing about Biden. I'm surprised he didn't bring up the fucking Obama in his fucking tan suit or whatever the fuck it was.
Partners. The brand that conditioned $1 billion of American tax money on the firing of the prosecutor pressuring the company Hunter Biden sat on the board of. And oh, by the way, was getting paid $1 million a year.
By the way, Paul Ryan is a board member of Fox. They want you to know that. Yeah, the focus on Hunter Biden. Now he was a board member, and how they looked him over for years and didn't find shit. But don't touch Paul Ryan. Well, the reason why is because the second you look under any crack or crevice, you're gonna find, oh fuck, you're spewing corruption. Dude, you stink of corruption. That's called projection.
Today we're going to learn more about that brand. We're going to learn more about what Mr. Galanis called the Biden lift. We'll learn about the plausible deniability that Jim Biden talked to Mr. Bobulinski about, and we'll hear about the statement, the rule that governed how the business operated around Joe Biden, the rule that said, say it, forget it, write it, regret it. So I want to thank our witnesses for coming here today. They, like the whistleblowers
Again, projection.
who came to the Ways and Means Committee, are doing it simply because they want the American people to have the truth. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes the ranking member for 12 minutes for his opening statement.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. By the way, how are you doing? You good? Okay. Mr. Bobulinski. Over here. How
That
you
was,
doing?
by the way,
So I just have a question. We've
if that wasn't written, if that wasn't performance, that was off as fuck.
been at this for 15 months now in oversight. I know this is your first time here, but do you think Chairman Comer has proven that Joe Biden has committed a high crime and misdemeanor?
I believe with all the evidence he's gathered, yes, he's proven that Joe Biden has committed high crimes and misdemeanors.
Okay, and so I assume you
It's good that you can remember to recite. That's why he looked like this. And he's like closing his eyes because he's like, they told me to say this and I had to say this. And I sat there and practiced for 20 years to say this one thing. And my whole life depends on this. If I get this right, if I get this wrong, Trump is going to kick me out of his party. I'm going to lose. And we wonder what the fuck happened to the Jews. Oh, that
believe
big nose and big ears. That's why.
Joe Biden should be impeached.
Well, that's up to you guys.
But do you believe he should be impeached? It's yes or
Do
no.
I personally believe
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
or
yeah, you.
under constitutional...
No. You personally, do you believe he should be impeached?
I do.
Okay, and you believe that because you believe Chairman Comer has proven that he committed a high crime and misdemeanor?
No, because I know that he committed high crimes and misdemeanors.
Okay.
I was involved and saw them happen.
Right, but obviously, with all the evidence, you must believe that all of these hearings for 15 months that the chairman has proven that, right?
You re-ask the question?
Sure. I'll sum it up. I assume you believe he should be impeached, but my point is that the chairman has not yet moved for that. And so, look, Chairman, we got like 3.5 minutes here. I mean, let's just do the impeachment. I mean, why continue to waste millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money if we're going to impeach because you believe you've shown he's committed a high crime and misdemeanor? What are you waiting on? Let's just do it. I mean, by the way, we got Chairman Jordan here also, the double chairman. Why aren't you guys calling for the vote in your committee? When is it going to happen? When can we tell the American people you're going to stop wasting their money and just call for the vote on impeachment?
Gentlemen, yield? Gentlemen, yield?
Sure.
We don't do snap impeachments like you guys. We actually do the facts. We do oversight
So
according to the
you're
Constitution.
never going to call for it. You're never going to call for it. I mean,
Now you can
2
predict.
months?
You can predict the future. How do you know?
You guys only have 6 more months probably in power, right? Until
He won't. He's trying to change the subject and detour and deflect and all this shit to not face it because he knows you're right. We can't because we don't have shit.
the election. So are you gonna do it in 2 months? You're gonna do it in 3 months? Like, tell the American people.
Does
can
the
we get a date?
Constitution put a time limit on oversight?
So
I don't think I didn't read that in the
So that
Constitution.
means, if you believe can't call for the impeachment now, then what you're admitting is you haven't yet proven that he's committed a high crime and misdemeanor. You haven't proven it yet. Otherwise, you would call for it, I assume.
We're doing our work.
Okay, so they haven't proven it, right? They haven't proven he committed a high crime and misdemeanor. Otherwise, we would call for impeachment. So I just, look, the chairman knows me well. I mean, I'm just here to help him, right? And so I just think we should do it today. Let's just call for it. I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman. I want to help you out. You can second it, right? Like, make the motion to impeach President Biden. Go ahead. It's your turn. You second it. No, nothing. Okay, we got nothing. So I want it with my last couple.
That's evidence to make a good point. They only have sheeps and dogs that will lie, cheat, and steal, and bullies and assholes that will guide and lead the way. But when it comes to actual leadership, actually doing stuff that matters, they don't. Because the second they have the control, they take your health care and all this shit and the tax breaks for the rich. But that's what they're doing. That's why Russia fell. That's why England fell. Because they didn't have the left and right like us. They had either your left or your right. They didn't have left and right. We have a left and right. And You can be a Tyrannosaurus Rex if you want. At the end of the day, still the same thing.
Couple minutes show the American people that they're never going to impeach Joe Biden. It's never going to happen because they don't have the evidence. Okay, this is a show.
This is posted 9 hours ago, but I'm pretty sure this happened like 9 years ago. Not literally, but you get the idea. Great politician. This Mucka Waka dude is awesome. Don't trip. That was beautiful. Right, Jim Gollum Jordan. Good one. Clap. To answer his first question, Marjorie Taylor Greene planted them. I don't remember the first question, but yeah.
Oh, it's all fake. They just want to do these hearings. It's not leading to impeachment. They're lying to their base on Newsmax and Fox, leading these people to believe that they're going to eventually impeach the president. It's not going to happen at all, ever, period. They don't even have the votes, even if they had it in committee. They don't have the votes on the floor. They know that. They got members resigning rather than taking a vote on the fake faux impeachment. Just ask Ken Buck, who said the speaker ain't going to get me to take an unconstitutional impeachment vote. I mean, boy. I mean, so look. I mean, if these hearings were a success,
that's why you don't hear about the congressman that was in a wheelchair, Jeffrey Cawthorn, because he was caught off guard. Like, whoa! I can't believe all these congressmen are here at this orgy and there's drugs and little girls running around and they're fucking everybody, and he's fucking put on public society, and they're talking about they're talking about people's heads cut off, and you wonder why these people are like, fuck America. That's why they had that, because the bad people in charge, literally, and they're all over the place. The reason why is because the left, instead of like literally pulling out the root, they just want to cut off the flower, which is Trump. And they're surprised that the flower comes back over and over and over again. And the reason why is because you will not get the root.
right? If what we've been doing for the last 15 months.
And by the way, that root includes Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan.
Had convinced the American people that Joe Biden committed a high crime and misdemeanor.
The witness, basically, again, reciting information with his eyes closed like he looks like he's constipated taking a shit.
You can be damn sure they would have called the vote by now, right? But they want it to go on. They either want it to go on because they don't have the evidence.
Are you asking me a question?
No, I'm just looking at you.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to talk to me, we can talk.
Well, no, I think you haven't read recent data that shows the American people are well aware of the Biden's corruption.
Perfect. So then ask the chairman why he hasn't called for impeachment, Tony. He's right here. Ask Comer. Hey, Comer, how come you haven't called for impeachment? I'll do it. Watch. Hi, I'm Tony. Hey, Chairman, how come you haven't called for impeachment? When are we going to have the hearing? When is the vote going to happen? I mean, you believe it. He believes it. He says it every day on TV. I just don't know when we're going to have the vote. I mean, let's just go.
Are you asking me to hold the vote?
We can save. No, I just like looking at you. Yeah. We can save the taxpayers millions of dollars. So, I mean, look, I used all of my time to show that this vote is never going to happen because they have no evidence on Joe Biden. I yield back.
Gentlemen's time's expired. Chair now recognizes Mr. Burleson from Missouri for 5 minutes.
A program. There's no intelligence there. It's a program. It's an AI. Like, what are you doing? This is exactly what I mean. Why is Congress so empty? It's because all the leaders don't give a fuck. And they're getting paid and they're living fat, and that's what's going on. And you're too busy working to see it. And this is why they want to help you, because the second they help you means that you can be home watching and part of the system. And that means you can see through our bullshit, and it falls apart because all the shit. You're home and you can see through our bullshit. I'm intelligent, right? I'm actually kind of lucky that I had a brain tumor. I'm lucky that the doctor fucked up and tried to remove a tumor that wasn't there. I'm lucky that I had a stroke and I almost died and half of my body is broken. I'm lucky. The reason why is I can sit home, and I should be getting paid by SSI. But thank God I have a sister and a husband and a family, and they love me and support me, and they take care of me and help me, and I help them any way I can, right? And again, it's just they're biding their time, They're struggling to get by, they're struggling, but they trust me. They invest in me. Like that one partner, or that one fighter, I forgot his name. He had a partner, he had a wife, and they got married or they were together when he was nothing, right? And just cook for him and help him spar or prepare, wash, always took care of him. And then one day he became the world champion, #1. And then there were millions and billions of dollars. Guess what he did? He made her time. She was committed and loved him anyway. They're living fat, they're living the life they deserve. You know what I mean? That's what love in a relationship should be. But instead, we have this fake ass fucking artificial AI implemented fucking bullshit. And again, they learn to fake it and they'll talk and make you believe it, but it's not real. And you're at work too much and you're paying attention to other shit too much to realize. And it's all part of the scheme.
Switch mics. Restart the clock.
Look at the mirror first before you say.
Who served in prison for felon? Not me.
You have everything ahead of you. Keep talking. You'll join your friends.
We'll get you a mic. Do you want to go to that one?
Apologies.
All right, we good?
Now we are.
All right. I want to start with Galanis. Mr. Galanis, you've heard the expression, say it, forget it, write it, regret it. Have you heard that expression? Mr. Galanis?
Yes, I'm here. Congressman?
Have you heard the expression, say it, forget it, write it?
You see what I mean? Why are you there if you're not going to take it seriously? Yes, I'm here. I was fucking around and not paying attention. And doing things that I'm not able. That's why they just, oh, I'm reading a paper, I have no idea what it says. Or yeah, cite it, it's whatever. And that's why. Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, that one guest, that host or whatever. Again, I'll call the shot, or I'll lead you, but I don't know where we're going because I'm just leading you. It's like Fox News. I'll lead you. I don't know where we're going, but I'll lead you. And the problem is, you're being guided by Paul Ryan to say those things that you're saying and do what you're doing. You don't know why. And again, this is how Nazis happened, basically, because Paul Ryan is he's anti-immigrant, and now all of Fox News is anti-immigrant. Now all the Fox viewers are anti-immigrant, and you wonder why you hate Mexicans. That's why.
Regret it?
Yes, I have. It was a practice that we used in our business.
In whose business?
Business with Hunter Biden and Devin Archer.
Okay, so it's their expression. Let me ask you a question. Who is Harris Youssef?
Harris Youssef is a Ukrainian investor originally from Syria, a longtime colleague of Dmitry Firtash.
So he's
Jim Jordan was
left. I meant to pause it, but okay. You can tell that the guy who I was talking actually knows his shit. He was like, oh, that's, and he said it without a paper, without reading notes, without being instructed, without being led or being guided, or without, like, something there to tell him to, you know what I'm saying? Like, our government is basically, a stick on a carrot, or carrot on a stick, rather. Basically, carrot on a stick. It's just you follow the paper. That's what Trump is. That's what he is. The problem is people like Paul Ryan and Steve Bannon are holding that stick. I want you to go left. Fuck Jews. I want you to go left, or actually go right. Go right. Go right. Yeah, right. There you go. Keep going. Now let's go a little more. Fuck Mexicans. They deserve to die. We need to go all the way right, so that we can take all of their rights away. So we can have ICE basically break into their houses and fucking fuck them up. Yeah. Oh, speaking of breaking into your house.
She got the police! Get the police, everyone! She got the police! Get the
this is the problem with being guided by somebody who has no fucking idea where they're going.
Please do not shoot me. Please.
You're fine. You're fine. Come on, get up. Get up.
So the point of this is illustrate. Even the guy who uploaded this video is a fucking idiot, and he's just doing it for money and clout and attention, basically. But the point is, the cops did what they did because of a leader being stupid. So the cops did something stupid, and imagine what ICE is doing, and they're doing all with the border and the little girls that are sleeping, and then you wonder why the fat man is guarding, basically because he's raping all these little girls.
Tell your kids to please. You guys are fine. Just tell your sister it's okay, okay? We're not gonna hurt you.
And they're freaking out, and the reason why is because the parents are terrible, by the way. Just saying, again, me as God, and me pointing out, like, right and wrong, basically. Like, that's kind of what God is, right? It's pure emotion, essentially. God is like a connection, but there's an education requirement to society, and this is why you gotta put your emotions to the side and let education guide you, basically. But at the same time, you need to have emotional feelings and awareness to know, like, oh, read his face, or read how he's acting, or read this, or read that. You have to pay attention to that. But again, you can't be like, oh, he feels sad, so therefore I gotta assume he's sad and play like sad, because you go in and the second you get close, you get fucking played because you got outsmarted. Outsmarted by what? Education. And again, not education, but intelligence. And again, you'd be aware of that if you were smart, but yeah.
These are the moments when cops raided the wrong apartments. Let's begin with these officers who broke into the wrong house and pointed their guns at innocent kids.
At innocent kids.
Danny Garcia's the Denver Police Department. Danny Garcia, I need you to come outside with your hands up. Open the door. Open the door.
What's your name, man?
I'm Sharon Shelton.
Is anyone else in your house?
My daughters and my grandchildren.
Okay, come over here,
They
Sharon.
live there. Honest to God.
You know Danny.
No, I don't know
Danny
him.
Garcia?
No.
You don't know him at all?
No, they live there. Honest to God.
The grandmother and her daughter had already stepped outside and told the officers they had the wrong apartment, but the cops ignored them and went ahead anyway, terrifying the innocent children still inside.
That's how bullies work. That's how ICE works. Oh, a little girl, she's alone. Oh shit, slam. Rape. Yep, there's nothing there.
What's your grandma? You guys are fine, okay? We just want to make sure you're okay. You guys can play right here, alright? I'm gonna get your grandma.
But just real quick, you see how the reaction is going? That's okay. That's okay. And the reaction is fine, so maybe the parents weren't so bad now. And I'm saying that, I'm making an observational point because this video was misleading. And it was guiding my opinion instead of simply showing you and observing and letting me formulate my opinion. It was telling me you should think this way. And again, it's misguiding because I shouldn't think that way. I shouldn't feel that, oh, you're a shitty parent. I watched the video and I'm making a statement based off of what I've seen, but you made it a highlight. So I'm seeing it like tampered with a video, and that's what they're doing. Like, and that's why I call out videos that have like edits every 5 seconds, because that's what they're doing. They're playing with your emotions. They're not real. They're not raw like I am. I'm unfathomably real. I am honest. I'm truthful. I'm straight to the point, and yeah.
No, we're not gonna hurt you. Get grandma. No, grandma's coming back. Hey, we're with the police.
Again, you keep talking. It's okay. But the girl just because again, she's probably Spanish. Está bueno. No. Mira, niña. No llores, por favor. No llores, por favor. No llores, niña. Go on your knees if you have to. Por favor, ¿por qué? You know what I mean? Like little things like that. would be good, but they don't do that shit because fuck you, I'm looking for a motherfucking bleh. Yeah, that's fine, but you went to the wrong house. That's fine, but you owe that family a lot of fucking money.
It's okay. Just tell your sister it's okay, okay? We're not gonna hurt you.
The children's mother had to step back inside to calm her frightened kids, who had been unnecessarily scared by the SWAT officers. Eventually, the
Who had been unnecessarily scared of shit. Dude, shut up.
officers left the apartment and went to the correct unit listed on the warrant, where they arrested their actual target, Danny Garcia. These officers never apologized to the innocent family or even acknowledged their mistake, and despite multiple requests, they also refused to fix the door they had broken down. This family was left with no choice but to file a lawsuit for the violation of their rights, and the case is still ongoing. Next.
Okay. I'm done. I'm not. Already. You're misguiding. All you're doing is creating tension. Essentially, creating anger and hatred. It's Fox News propaganda style bullshit where it's just hate. You're making hatred for police. You're making people hate the police, and people wonder why police get so much hatred. And on the opposite flip side, we have stuff like red, or was it white and black, and the police line flag, whatever. It's a different flag. It's a different organization. It's a whole different reality, basically. And that's a whole mythology, whatever the fuck. It's a whole mentality, basically. Anyways, I'm talking too much. I gotta go. So people will have to be safe. I just want to point out those videos that there's, and I think, no, that's fine. Channel content, that's my stuff. So anyways, yeah, I'm out of here. People be safe. Take care. God bless. Be strong. Have a good one. Be smart. Intelligence and logic is important for life. Don't be dictated and controlled by emotions, but have them. The same with logic, right? Don't be cold. Don't be vacant. Don't be angry. Don't be fucking pure hatred and pure emotion. And don't be pure logic. You have to find the balance, right? And that's why I balance everything. And why I hate people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he's too far. Like why I hate Kaku, because he's too far. Why I hate Trump, because he's too stupid. Why I hate everyone involved in Trump, because they're evil. And why I hate fucking Fox, because they're stupid and evil, right? So anyways, be well, be happy, be safe, peace.